the existence of this general self-improving artificial intelligence is going to lead to the alienation of human beings. That is the biggest problem that they bring to us in today's debate. But we do not think that is necessarily true. Why? Because human beings over the years have shown the ability to firstly adapt to changing circumstances and to also self-improve, a quality that is inherent in these AIs, to the extent where we show you that human beings have the ability to adapt to changing circumstances and that human beings have the ability to self-improve, a quality that singularizes or that singles out this artificial intelligence or this general self-improving artificial intelligence. Then we think that the issue of human alienation or that the idea of alienation of human beings is something that doesn't fly into this debate. So the second problem that Gideon brings to you in his speech is about how we should do things that respect the dignity of human beings. We say that the dignity of human beings is premised on the supremacy of human beings as a superior race, to the extent where there is something else that trumps that superiority. There is something else that trumps that supremacy. They would not have a problem with undermining that dignity of human beings, because you see, the dignity of human beings isn't based on the idea that we are just human beings. We're based on the idea that as human beings, we are the superior beings. So to the extent where there is something else that challenges the superiority and supremacy of human beings, then we are very, very okay with undermining the dignity of human beings because there is something better. So we think that the most important thing in today's debate is about why government should not stifle research and government should not stifle competition in society. This is very, very important. Before I go any further, Faith.
But you are saying that when there's something like superior to us, we should allow it. But this thing can't be considered to be superior to us in that sense because we are the ones who have created it.
Okay. Fantastic. So basic contradiction in government. Government says opening says we're creating something superior to us, which is going to trump our human dignity. Closing says we have created this thing, so that means it is not superior to us. So let's agree that this thing is not superior to us, right? That means we have the ability to control it, because when something is not superior to you, then it means that you have the ability to control it. When something is not superior to you, it means that you have the ability to detect what happens. When something is not superior to you, it means that you have the ability to control the environment within which that thing exists and to predict the circumstances that may arise from that thing. Take note of that. Now, the one thing that we must understand in today's debate is the nexus between human-controlled systems mistake and the predictable and expected possibility of malfunction for the AI, and why, with all the benefits that this system brings, it is a more effective and safer way for the world to go. One concession that we all make in today's debate is that since human beings are the ones that have created this thing, from closing government, that human beings are superior to it, i.e. human beings have the ability to control it, i.e. human beings can manipulate this thing to suit us, right, i.e. human beings can create an enabling environment for us to use this thing like to benefit us, right? But to the extent where we have a system that can improve itself, right, to the extent where we have a system that is independent of the existence of human beings, the question is this: should we, because we want to protect our human dignity, should we, because we want to protect our superiority as a race, stifle the ability of society to develop to a point where we have the ability to compete with something other than ourselves? We're going to be proving to you why it is important for human beings to go beyond competing within themselves to competing with something even superior to themselves, and how this is very, very beneficial to the human race. Before I go any further, Isaac. We shouldn't have encouraged such research. Why? Because the aim of such research at the point in time was to ensure that there is a race, the German race, that became superior to all other races, right? So to the extent where, like, this research is supposed to ensure that a particular race is superior to any other race, then we think that in all instances, right, in all instances where the aim of this research is to do something as bad as that, to push Nazist propaganda, then it's not good, right? Because anything that pushes a bad propaganda is not good. But that is not the context within which this debate operates. This debate operates in a free world where we are talking about, like, competition, and we are talking about the ability for government to stifle research, and we think from opening a position that this is not good, right? So we think, firstly, that the role of government and its responsibility to not stifle research of any type that does not outrightly target the destruction of its citizens is very, very important. We've shown you how this is not going to alienate the human race, and this responds directly to the issue that they bring. Because you see, the Nazist propaganda was this, that Germans were a superior race, and to that extent, anything that was going to be done to ensure that Germans remain the superior race in society was to be encouraged. To the extent where any research of any type does not stifle the ability of individuals to exist within the same society and does not create a situation where we outrightly wipe out human populations. Should we encourage such research, or should we not not encourage such research. I've proven to you in the first minute of my speech that this thing is not going to alienate human beings, because ultimately human beings have always shown the ability to what? Adapt to changing circumstances. Very, very importantly, because at the time, you see, the introduction of computers threatened the job of people who were typewriters and threatened the job of people who did other things. But then human beings were able to adapt, right? Human beings were able to get to the point where, like, the threat of computers taking human beings out of jobs was overcome. Today, we have computer operators. Today, we have people who manipulate computers to the best of their ability. So the question is this: to the extent where this research does not have, firstly, the capability of taking human beings out of existence, right? Should we stifle this research or not? Can this research have some level of benefit for us as a human population? The answer to that question is yes, because we all agree in today's world that AI is very, very good, right? So nobody contends that AI is a bad thing. Nobody in this debate says that AIs are bad. So to the extent where we prove that AIs are good, firstly, and secondly, that the introduction of general self-improving AIs does not stifle the ability of individuals to self-improve and to adapt to changing circumstances. The question that we must answer in today's debate, the question that every team must engage, is this: in a scenario where human beings and the ability to improve and adapt to changing circumstances are not stifled, in a scenario where we have something that pushes human beings to even become more competitive, very importantly, like in the scenario where we have something that pushes human beings to become more competitive, to explore other avenues to solving problems, to explore other avenues to maintain their superiority, should we stifle that ability in human beings? Should we take out anything that encourages human beings to develop that ability? Or should we be comfortable at the point where we are and embrace our mediocrity, because that is what we are comfortable with, and that is what ensures that we are not threatened and our human dignity is not violated? To the extent where we have been able to prove to you that there is one thing that we must all understand in today's debate, that the biggest threat to every human race is the threat of human alienation. And this threat doesn't exist with the introduction of this general self-improving AIs. To the extent that I have been able to show you that the introduction of general self-improving AIs does not threaten the existence of human beings, because firstly, we've shown you how over the years human beings have been able to adapt to unexpected technological waves, right? Unexpected technological inventions, unexpected technological developments, and have been able to even use these technological inventions to their own benefit. To that extent, should we then go ahead to say that government needs to, at all points in time, stifle research simply because that research has the potentiality of challenging human beings and of challenging the existing norms? We think that we do not prefer a world where human beings are comfortable in the state of mediocrity. We are always for a world where research is encouraged, and for a world where human beings are where human beings are encouraged to even go beyond their abilities to develop themselves further. Proudly, opposition.